Welcome to Screen Scan. Today, we will delve into the 2024 movie, Girl Haunts Boy, which is a romantic fantasy about a boy who has just moved into a new house while still grieving the loss of his father. Meanwhile, a girl who died centuries ago haunts the house, her spirit lingering in the place she once called home. The two are brought together unexpectedly when the boy's curiosity leads him to wear a mysterious ring, sparking their unusual encounter. Let's dive deeper and explore the movie. The movie begins in 1928 New Jersey, with Bea Jenkins at a museum. Bea is portrayed as a lively, bright, and inquisitive person, which soon leads her into an unexpected adventure. In one scene, she notices a section marked with a no-entry sign. Despite her friends' attempts to stop her, Bea's curiosity drives her to explore the restricted area. Inside, she finds various treasures from Egypt, but one item catches her eye, a pair of rings displayed inside a glass case. Intrigued, she takes one of the rings to examine it, noticing how it glows brightly in her hand. Before she can return the ring to its case, a guard enters the room and spots Bea. Panicked, she hides the ring, unable to put it back without being noticed. Despite her attempts to distract the guard with humor, her efforts fail, and she's forced to leave the restricted area with the ring still in her possession. As she exits the museum with other tourists, she lingers at a crosswalk, her attention fixated on the ring. In a split second, she notices a car speeding toward her. Shocked and frozen, Bea is unable to move in time. The driver, distracted and unaware, hits her, tragically ending her life. In the present day, a mother, Catarina Sanchez, and her son, Cole Sanchez, have just moved into a new home. Still grieving the recent loss of Cole's father, both are uncertain but determined to move forward. As Cole steps inside, he is mesmerized by the house and finds his room with music already playing on an old record player. When he stops the music, he hears a noise but dismisses it and leaves the room. During dinner, Cole appears troubled, having dropped out of various school groups, including music, hinting at giving up his passion. Catarina gently notes he hasn't touched his guitar lately, but Cole avoids the conversation. They hear a noise upstairs, which Catarina assumes it's their cat, Norman. Cole went to his room. He fixes a fallen bulletin board with pictures. As the camera pans, Bea, now a ghost, asks if the man in a photo is his father, though Cole can't hear her. He looks at the photo sadly and leaves. Norman, however, seems to see Bea. The next day at school, Cole's teacher, Mr. Porter, calls on him to discuss a book, but Cole admits he hasn't read it. After class, Mr. Porter confronts him because he lied, advised him that isolating himself and avoiding attention is no way to live. It's clear Cole prefers to stay out of the spotlight. Later, Cole meets a girl named Lydia, who offers to help with his boredom. She explains that her grandfather owns a supernatural bookstore and mentions her YouTube channel that is about ghosts and other supernatural topics. In his room, Cole discovers a dust-covered photo album and curiously flips through it, realizing it belonged to Bea. He finds a photo of her and understands she once lived in the house. When he turns the page, there are no more photos. Suddenly, Bea's ghost slams the album shut. Startled, Cole tries to reopen it, but it closes on its own. On his third attempt, a ring, stolen by Bea from the museum, falls out. Uneasy, Cole hides the album in his desk. The following morning, Cole finds the ring on the floor, picks it up, and slips it onto his finger. To his astonishment, Bea reappears, and he can hear her this time. Shocked, he falls to the floor, struggling to process it. When he removes the ring, she vanishes. Remembering the photo album, he realizes the ghost is the same girl who once lived in their home. Gathering his courage, he puts the ring back on and sees Bea again, understanding it allows him to see her spirit. Bea introduces herself and explains she is a ghost who can touch objects but not interact with the living. She recounts the tragic events of her death in a car accident and how she became trapped in her old house, longing for connection. After school, Cole finds his mom silently watching old videos of him with his father. Knowing she misses him but feeling unable to comfort her, he goes upstairs and puts on the ring again, hoping for peace. To his surprise, when he opens his closet, Bea is hiding inside, confirming she is real and not a hallucination. They initially argue but eventually reconcile, discovering a shared interest in music. Cole and his mom enjoyed a snack when he noticed salt floating in midair. Convinced it was Bea's doing, he felt relieved that his mom didn't see it. Determined to keep the ring on, Cole made it clear to B that she needed to stop haunting his mom. He suggested they hang out instead. As they spent time together, Cole learned that B was unaware she had been dead for nearly a century. They also discover that B is not stuck in the house anymore. Eager to help, he filled her in on everything she missed over the decades, deepening their bond and providing a sense of companionship for both of them. One night, B tells Cole she wants to accompany him to school, revealing it's the same one she attended when she was alive. Cole hesitates, but Bea's persistence wins. The next scene shows them at the school, with Cole reluctantly accepting her presence. Lydia approaches Cole, noticing something odd about him. Sensing Bea's presence, she questions the strange vibe. To downplay it, Cole removes his ring, catching Lydia's interest. When she inquires about it, he dismissively claims it's just an ordinary ring he found in the house, hoping to keep the supernatural elements of his life a secret. Cole discovers B in the school's music room, playing the piano beautifully. He watches her for a moment before heading over to the wall where guitars hang. As he picks one up and went straight to B, she continues playing, filling the room with her haunting melody. Inspired, Cole strums his guitar in harmony with her, creating a magical duet that bridges the gap between their worlds. In the next scene, Lydia searches through books and she stumbles upon information about the ring she saw in Cole's hand. Suddenly, it clicks for her why it seemed so familiar. Intrigued, she delves deeper into the ring's history online, discovering that it is a lover's ring, which explains why it comes in pairs in the beginning of the movie. However, she learns that the ring is more than just magical, it carries a curse. According to the legend, the person who separates the rings is destined to suffer forever. Yet, there is hope. The curse can be lifted if the rings are reunited. As Cole and B grow more comfortable with each other, he begins to share his feelings about his late father, revealing that this is why he has stopped playing his guitar, especially with the school talent show approaching. B, in turn, expresses her worries about being a ghost, lamenting that she will never know the truth or witness the people she cares about grow old and die. Before their serious conversation concludes, B wishes she could go back in time. Later, B reveals that Halloween is also the anniversary of her death. Inspired by this revelation, Cole suggests that they celebrate the occasion together. Excited by the idea, they decide to make a trip to New York City, eager to create new memories and honor Bea's life in a meaningful way. The two arrive at a lavish Gatsby-themed party, filled with the glitz and glamour of the Roaring Twenties. As they immerse themselves in the festivities, B reminisces about her earlier wish to go back in time, prompting a brilliant idea in Cole's mind. He realizes that this party is the perfect way to give B a taste of the past she longs for. As the two stand in the middle of the crowd, fully enjoying the party, a man accidentally bumps into B, spilling water all over her dress. In that instant, both Cole and B realize something extraordinary. He can now touch her, and everyone around them can see B too. This revelation leaves them stunned. They soon understand that this phenomenon is connected to the significance of the day. It's Bea's death anniversary, allowing her to interact with the living for this moment. The two seem genuinely happy as they enjoy the night together, their unusual feelings for each other becoming increasingly evident. When the party is over, Cole takes B to look at an airplane up close, which she's always wanted to do for years. However, as the night deepens, they realize their reality when they can no longer touch again each other. In the next scene, Lydia calls Cole and invites him to her grandfather's bookstore. When they meet, she brings up the ring he has been wearing. As Cole begins to grasp the truth about the ring's connection to B, Lydia reveals that the other half of the ring will be auctioned the following day. She warns him that if the ring is sold without any information about the buyer, he will be unable to reunite it with the ring he has, leaving Bea's ghost trapped and suffering forever. Lydia assures him that once he reunites the rings, the curse will be lifted. She emphasizes that whoever haunts him because of the ring will be grateful for the favor, and this will bring closure not only to B, but also to himself. The urgency of the situation weighs heavily on Cole as he contemplates their fate. For a moment, Cole feels a surge of selfishness as he decides not to tell B about the ring. He fears that if she learns the truth, he will lose the comfort of having someone close to him, just as he did when he lost his father. The thought of facing that kind of loneliness again overwhelms him, leading him to keep the information to himself, despite the potential consequences for Bea's spirit. The next day, it's revealed that the other half of the rings has been sold at the auction, and B remains unaware of this news. However, no secret stays hidden for long. As they play their instruments together, B notices that Cole seems distracted. Concerned, she confronts him for answers, and in that moment, the truth about the ring and her curse comes to light. Shocked and hurt, B becomes angry with Cole upon realizing that reuniting the rings could lift her curse, even though it also means she would have to leave him behind. Cole is equally conflicted, unhappy at the thought of breaking Bea's curse, as he wants to keep her in his life for as long as possible. As their emotions clash and they argue over their opposing desires, B, frustrated and heartbroken, finally tells Cole to take off the ring and leave her behind. Lydia calls Cole's mom and learns that he isn't home, prompting her to head straight to the school's music room. There, she finds B. Surprisingly, Lydia isn't shocked by her first encounter with B, given her long-standing fascination with the supernatural. The scene shifts to Cole and his mother discussing The Great Gatsby. As Cole talks about the story, it subtly foreshadows his own experiences with B, drawing parallels between Gatsby's longing and his own. The camera lingers on a family portrait displayed on the laptop in front of him, highlighting the emotional weight of the conversation. Together, they share their sadness over missing someone who can no longer be with them. His mother's words, "Missing someone just means you loved them," strike a chord with Cole, serving as an eye-opening realization. It dawns on him that letting go of B is an act of love, not loss. The scene transitions to B and Lydia discussing Cole. Lydia convinces B that Cole might be lonely, which is why he's desperate to hold onto her. B considers this, but remains silent, acknowledging Lydia's point. Meanwhile, Cole contacts the museum to ask about the auction for the other half of the rings. He finds out that although the ring has been sold, it is still being processed and will remain at the museum until it is shipped out the following day. Realizing the urgency, Cole quickly heads back to school to find B. Upon meeting, Cole and B quickly understand each other's perspectives. Cole shares the information he just received from the museum, explaining that they need to get there before the ring is shipped out the next morning. Then Lydia arrives to help, offering to join Cole and B in their mission to reunite the rings. Shortly after, they arrive at the museum in New York, where they search for the other half of the rings. Cole finally locates it and mentally prepares himself. As they share their final moments together, B and Cole exchange heartfelt goodbyes. With a heavy heart, Cole removes the ring from his finger and brings the two rings together. Cole returned home, feeling a mix of sadness over letting go and relief at freeing B from her curse. He begins to look through Bea's photo album again and notices that the previously empty pages are now filled with images of her life, photos of her graduation, one of her beside a biplane, and one having her own family. This brings Cole joy and a sense of closure. The scene flashes back to B tricking the guard at the museum, now falling for it. She placed the ring back where it truly belonged. As she exits the museum, she narrowly avoids the car that was meant to hit her. This realization confirms that her curse has finally been lifted. As the movie nears its conclusion, Mr. Porter reads Cole's essay, impressed by the improvement since he had previously received a low score. The scene reflects Cole's transformation from a dull, isolated individual to someone who has expanded his social circle. Flashbacks showcase the special moments between Cole and B. The film culminates with Cole performing on stage with his guitar, while the perspective shifts to B as she approaches the stage. Though they are no longer together, it symbolizes their enduring connection. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more exciting content. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. See you in the next one.